Imagine for a moment that the first real evidence of life beyond Earth was not a spacecraft, not a radio signal captured from deep space, smaller, but something infinitely microscopic organisms, or fossilized traces of bacteria, carried to Earth inside meteorites, or collected tens of kilometers above our heads. For more than 60 years, some scientists have explored a disturbing and fascinating idea. What if life, or at least its fundamental building blocks, did not originate exclusively on Earth? Today, we will explore what science has truly discovered, what remains highly controversial, and what still sits at the fragile boundary between solid evidence and speculation. First, we need to clarify something essential. When we talk about extraterrestrial life, we are actually talking about three very different things: organic molecules, fossilized traces, and living organisms. Most confirmed discoveries belong to the first category. In 1969, a meteorite fell near the town of Martian, Australia. It quickly became one of the most studied extraterrestrial objects in scientific history. Inside this meteorite, researchers identified more than 70 different amino acids. Amino acids are the basic building blocks of proteins, and therefore essential to all known forms of life. But what truly caught scientists' attention was not just their presence. It was their isotopic signature. Several of these amino acids displayed carbon isotope ratios inconsistent with a terrestrial origin. In simple terms, they were not formed on Earth. They were created in space, long before our planet even existed. Later studies also revealed the presence of nucleobases, key components of DNA and RNA. Today, these findings are widely accepted by the scientific community. They demonstrate that space itself is capable of producing complex organic molecules and delivering them to planets like Earth through meteorites. However, it is crucial to be clear, this does not prove that living organisms existed inside these rocks. It proves that the ingredients of life can travel across the universe. Now we enter the most controversial territory. In 1984, a meteorite was discovered in Antarctica. Its name, ALH 84001. Years later, scientists confirmed that it originated from Mars. In 1996, a research team announced that this meteorite might contain several indicators consistent with ancient biological activity on Mars. They reported microscopic structures resembling fossilized bacteria, specific organic compounds, and mineral formations that on Earth are often associated with biological processes. The announcement sent shockwaves around the world. For the first time, NASA publicly acknowledged the possibility of past extraterrestrial life. But skepticism followed quickly. Other scientists pointed out that the observed structures were far too small to match any known bacteria. More importantly, they demonstrated that the chemical signatures could be produced by purely non-biological geological processes under extreme heat and pressure. Today, the scientific consensus is firm. ALH 84001 does not constitute proof of extraterrestrial life. Yet this case remains historically important. It revealed just how difficult it is to distinguish genuine biological traces from deceptive mineral formations. There is another claim that is even more controversial. Some researchers have argued that they identified microfossils inside carbon-rich meteorites with shapes strikingly similar to terrestrial bacteria. The problem here is contamination. The moment a meteorite lands on Earth, it is exposed to water, air, bacteria, and fungi from our planet. Even with strict laboratory protocols, it is extremely difficult to prove that a microscopic structure observed today did not originate from Earth after the meteorite's arrival. For this reason, most of these claims are not accepted by the broader scientific community. They remain classified as inconclusive. But the story does not end there. In the early 2000s, experiments conducted in the stratosphere at altitudes of around 41 kilometers reported the collection of viable microorganisms. At this height, conditions are extreme: very low temperatures, intense ultraviolet radiation, and extremely thin air. Some researchers proposed a bold hypothesis. These microorganisms could have originated from space. Once again, caution is essential. Atmospheric scientists argue that rare but powerful events, such as strong storms and upward air currents, can transport terrestrial microbes to these altitudes. In addition, the risk of contamination during sample collection cannot be ignored. As a result, these findings remain intriguing but unproven. What they do demonstrate, however, is something remarkable. Microbial life is extraordinarily resilient, capable of surviving conditions that closely resemble those of space. So, what can we honestly conclude? As of today, no scientifically validated evidence confirms that we have already discovered extraterrestrial life, fossilized or living. But science has firmly established something equally profound. The chemical building blocks of life exist throughout space. They travel across the cosmos, and they may have played a critical role in the emergence of life on Earth. The real question may not be, does life exist elsewhere, but rather, how many times has the universe attempted to create it? And perhaps somewhere inside another meteorite, on Mars, or beneath the frozen oceans of Europa or Enceladus, the definitive proof is already waiting. Welcome to Parallel Worlds. Here, we don't seek belief, we seek understanding.